Strange but true, incredible real-life stories you may have never heard of. History is full of extraordinary events that defy logic, challenge beliefs, and leave us questioning reality. While some of these stories are well known, others have remained obscure despite their unbelievable nature. Here are some fascinating real-life incidents that may shock you. The man who survived 2 atomic bombs. Imagine surviving the deadliest explosion in human history, only to experience it again 3 days later. This was the reality for Tsutomu Yamaguchi, a Japanese engineer who became one of the most remarkable survivors of World War II. On August 6, 1945, Yamaguchi was on a business trip in Hiroshima when the first atomic bomb was dropped. He was about 3 kilometers from the epicenter and suffered severe burns, temporary blindness, and radiation poisoning. Despite his injuries, he managed to return to his hometown Nagasaki on August 8. The next day, on August 9, 1945, the United States dropped the second atomic bomb on Nagasaki. Yamaguchi was once again just a few kilometers away from the explosion. Miraculously, he survived both blasts and lived until 2010, reaching the age of 93. His story remains one of the most astonishing testaments to human resilience. The mysterious green children of Woolpit. In the 12th century, the small village of Woolpit in England became the center of a bizarre mystery. Villagers discovered 2 young children, a boy and a girl, wandering in the fields. What made them extraordinary was their green skin, unusual clothing, and inability to speak English. At first, the children refused all food except for raw beans. Over time, they adapted to a normal diet, and their green skin gradually faded. The boy, unfortunately, became ill and died, but the girl survived and learned to speak English. When questioned, she claimed that they came from a land called Street Martin's Land, where the sun never shone brightly, and everything was in a perpetual state of twilight. She described their world as being underground or in another realm. Historians and scientists have debated the possible explanations, ranging from a rare medical condition such as chlorosis to a lost group of foreign-speaking children. However, no conclusive evidence has ever explained their origins, and the mystery of the green children remains unsolved. The man who cheated death 7 times and won the lottery. Some people are incredibly lucky, and Frane Selic, a Croatian music teacher, might be the luckiest or unluckiest man in history. His extraordinary series of near-death experiences began in 1962 when a train he was on derailed and plunged into an icy river. 17 people drowned, but Selic managed to swim to safety. A year later, while flying in a plane, a malfunction caused the door to burst open, ejecting him into the air. Miraculously, he landed in a haystack, while the plane crashed, killing all on board. Over the years, he survived multiple car accidents, one of which resulted in his car exploding in flames just seconds after he escaped. In 1996, a bus he was riding in crashed into a river, killing 4 passengers, but he survived. In 2003, despite experiencing all these close calls, Selic won the lottery, taking home a jackpot worth nearly $1 million. Rather than spending lavishly, he later gave most of his fortune away, saying that a peaceful life was worth more than money. The woman who saved a president's son, twice. History is full of strange coincidences, but few are as eerie as the story of Edwin Booth and Robert Todd Lincoln. Edwin Booth was a famous actor, but he is best known as the brother of John Wilkes Booth, the man who assassinated President Abraham Lincoln. However, what many people don't know is that Edwin Booth once saved the life of Lincoln's son Robert Todd Lincoln years before the assassination. One day at a train station, Robert was standing near the platform when he suddenly lost his balance and fell onto the tracks. A man quickly grabbed him and pulled him back to safety. That man was Edwin Booth. Ironically, 2 years later, in 1865, Edwin's brother, John Wilkes Booth, would go on to assassinate Abraham Lincoln. Despite this tragic event, Edwin Booth's heroic act ensured that the president's bloodline survived. The boy who remembered his past life. Reincarnation has been a subject of debate for centuries, but a 3-year-old boy from Syria stunned researchers when he claimed to remember his past life along with the identity of his murderer. The boy, who belonged to the Druze community which believes in reincarnation, told his family that he had been murdered in a past life. He led his parents to the exact spot where his body had been buried, and when they dug the ground, they found human remains, along with a skull that had a visible wound matching the cause of death he described. Even more shocking, the boy identified his past life murderer by name. When confronted, the accused confessed to the crime, leaving experts speechless. This case was documented by Dr. Eli Lash, a respected physician, but it remains one of the most compelling reincarnation stories ever recorded. These unbelievable but true events remind us that reality can be even stranger than fiction. From incredible survival stories to eerie mysteries, the world is full of unexplained phenomena and remarkable human resilience. Have you ever heard of any other incredible real-life stories? Let us know.